Hello everyone, it's Kari here today. I have a really fun project to share. This is an unbirthday card with the Queen of Hearts. I thought, how could February go by without using the Queen of Hearts? So instead of making a complete Valentine, we're making an unbirthday card. I'm going to use this stencil right here, which is the Latte Love stencil. And this sentiment that says have a very merry unbirthday, which I just want to break out into song when I see that sentiment. And then also the Queen of Hearts from this stamp set here. I'm going to start out by stamping the sentiment using VersaFine Onyx Black ink. I'm using this ink because it does stay sticky a little bit longer, and I want to heat emboss this sentiment. I'm using some embossing powder that has glitter in it. It's a clear glitter embossing powder, and it's really beautiful. I'm going to be adding a few more bits of glitter to this card, so I thought this would be perfect. So after I add that embossing powder, I'll just funnel the rest back into the jar and heat set that with my heat tool. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the stenciling. This station with the magnets is really cool to keep your stencil in place, and it doesn't require any pixie spray, which I really like. I'm going to be using some pastel colors for this background. So the first color was Lemon Whip. Now I'll use some Peach Fuzz and go around that. If you noticed, I did add more of the yellow than I thought I would need so that I could blend that orange in with it. This color here is the Ballet Slipper. Next, the blue that I'll be adding is the Ocean Breeze, and you're going to see that I'm running out of room on this stencil. But we're still going to add the green at the very end, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. The color of green I'm using today is Fresh Pear. So to add that, I'm just going to remove the stencil and put the green around the corners. You can see this stencil does not reach all the way to the corners, so I thought this was the perfect opportunity to just finish out that rainbow, adding a little bit of green so the corners didn't stay white. So now we have this beautiful panel. It says a very merry unbirthday to you, and now it's time to color up those images. I'm going to be using the Queen of Hearts, the White Rabbit, and a couple of the leaves as well. I thought I might use some of the roses, but I ended up not using those roses. So I'm just going to show you a little portion of the coloring. I didn't leave all the coloring in today because it did take me quite a while. I had put a lot of thought into the colors I was going to be using, so it took me a while to choose my colors and to color them up. But I usually color up the Queen of Hearts with reds and blacks and yellows and very bright, vibrant color. But today I wanted to go a little softer to match that background just a little bit. So I'm using pinks and yellows, some green. That is going to be our Queen of Hearts for today. Just a nice, light, beautiful color. So she's a softer side of the Queen of Hearts. I finished the coloring off screen and fussy cut them out, and now it's time to cut a heart out of the center of this panel that we've already inked up. This is where we're going to place those characters, and I also cut a heart out of some white fun foam. I wanted to use this fun foam to pop up this heart. It's the exact perfect size for that. Before we put this together though, I want to ink up this heart that's in the center a little bit darker. So I'm taking a ink cube and inking around the edges. It's so nice to have small ink cubes to do small work like this, but in the end I felt like it wasn't quite dark enough. To fix that, I'm going to take this mini blending tool and ink around the edge with that same puffy heart color. This will darken up the edges a little bit more like I want so that it will jump right out from that background. And you'll see in just a minute as I put this over the top that it really does make it stand out. See that? It's a little bit darker than the other background panel piece. Now I have some clear glitter glue here. This is so perfect because it has a lid that is flat, so you can keep it upside down so it's always ready to go. And what I like to do is take a sponge and just spread that around. I don't know if you can see it on this video or not, but there is some great glitter on this background. Really adds a fun touch to this card. I'm going to let that dry while I add some score tape to the white fun foam. And then when it's dry, I'm going to go ahead and tape that right to the foam using that score tape. And that's going to be perfect for popping this up in the center. I'll go ahead and add the panel to a top folding card base. This is 110-pound cardstock, so it's nice and thick. It's going to hold up this card really well. And then I can go ahead and glue on that fun foam to the card base as well. So that has popped up just a little bit with that foam. And now I'll add those characters with foam tape just so they pop a little bit more as well. Look how cute they look on this Unbirthday card. I'm going to add a few gems to the card panel and also to the crown of that Queen of Hearts. These are really beautiful pink gems. And here you go. Here's a look at what it looks like right now. Can you see that glitter in the background? The crown has a crown jewel on it. These are called crown jewels, so that's perfect. And now I'm going to finish it off by adding a few leaves underneath the Queen of Hearts and the White Rabbit, and a few more gems there too. Can you see that right there? So that'll finish off our card for today. I hope you enjoyed this Unbirthday card with the Queen of Hearts. It was really fun to make, really fun to pop up that panel up off the background with the heart and those characters. I always love working with these sets from Missing Stamps. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help with YouTube. And I'll be back real soon with more card making inspiration. Thanks for stopping by today. Bye-bye.